So welcome. This is it's Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time on the 3rd of July, and my name is Stuart Murray. I'm the founder of Botsii, and I'm delighted on this call to be welcoming you live, and also if you're watching the replay, because we're going live with the dollar deal, and I'm going to show you on this call what we have created, so you can see how you can be using this in a number of ways. Um, Ultimately, it's all about solving two problems. It's about solving the problem around duplication, because when you look at most networks, around 80% of the people in a network are passive, i.e., they're a customer really of whatever company they're part of, and they're not really tapping into the network marketing business model by creating duplication, where they're growing a team. And what I want to do is help everybody be able to change that. I want to be able to empower individuals, and I want to be able to empower teams and turn more people from those 80%, from passive people to active people, and from ultimately active people into builders, where you're building, an active, contributor in terms of building the organization. And duplication is one part of that. That's all about how people can come through a system and then other people follow them by doing the same thing. And really, for that, it kind of needs to be two things. It needs to be both simple and easy. And that's really my goal in terms of what I'm creating here. And I think the dollar deal will give you a taste of that, so that you can see what that process looks like and experience it by doing it. And as a result, it'll be easier for you to have other people that you bring in do exactly the same thing and duplicate. Alongside it, though, is the other problem or challenge, whichever way you look at it, is prospecting. So how do you get out there into the marketplace, connect with people in a way where they're interested to know more about what you're offering? And what we're doing here is tapping into what I call what's in it for me, WIIFM, uh, where this really comes down to when you're showing somebody something, people thinking in their mind, okay, what's in it for me? Why would I want that? How's that going to help me? Rather than whatever products you're sharing, they want to know what outcome, what benefit it's going to give them, what pain point is it going to resolve, and what benefit will it give them. And the better your product conveys that, the more interested people will be in talking to you if your product really solves a problem. So the problem I'm looking to solve here is not just duplication, but also prospecting. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and created, using chatbots and automation and AI and all that kind of stuff, I've created a way in which you can prospect with any network marketer. Okay, so that's the whole market. Anybody you speak to, there's a network marketer can benefit from what I'm about to share with you. And what you will be able to share with them, and again, it's automated because it's through a bot, is you'll be able to share with them custom content about their company that will help them promote their company, i.e., help them prospect out there into the market themselves with whatever company they're promoting. So obviously, you will have a product and you want to share that with them. That's great. I know many of you have already got the Botsii bot that will present your product and all that kind of stuff, where you've activated a company in the marketplace. Um, but ultimately, you want them, that person you're speaking um, to engage. And if you've got something you can share with them, as well as your own product, obviously, then you're creating more of a what's in it for them to engage. And the bot can deliver that automatically. And it'll be easy for you to do, because if you're using Botsii as part of how you prospect, because think of it like this, if if you're able to share something of value, i.e., a custom content to help your contact promote their business, you can do the same with whatever business you're promoting. So you can use that content yourself to connect with people in the marketplace, whether you put that online, whether you message people, whether you email people, whether it's text, image, video, doesn't matter. You can do all of those things. So if you're putting content out online out there using the Botsii system and people engage, that, if you like, shows it works, right? If you send something to somebody, a message, and they say, yes, tell me more, then it worked. If you put a post out there online on your social media and someone comments underneath and says, share me more, then it worked. If somebody liked or, engaged another way with your content, then it worked. So when you then follow up with them around your product, some of those people are going to check out your product and go, yep, that's for me. I like that. Show me more, and they'll buy. But obviously not everybody will buy. Some people will it's not for them for whatever reason. And if they're promoting something else, then now you can open that door to them through what I'm about to share with you, to give them something of value. It's called a lead magnet as well. You can look at it that way. It's a lead magnet, i.e. it's something that your leads will find, magnetic. That's kind of, I suppose, the concept of a lead magnet. It's something that you can use to draw people in, just like you would a magnet. So just let me know in the chat. Does that make sense? I'm going to show it to you in a second as well, but I just want to give you a little bit of some context to what we're creating. It's solving those two problems, duplication and prospecting. And here's what's cool when it comes to duplication. You're not setting the bar high. So I always remember what I think was Warren Buffett said. He doesn't look to jump over 7-foot bars. He looks to step over 1-foot bars. So he doesn't try and leap over some huge high jump. He actually just wants to step over something where it's a simple process. And by having the dollar deal, we're setting the bar really, really low. We're giving something of huge value that's going to help them, someone in your network, prospect more easily, create duplication, etc. But we're setting the bar very, very low. And that process of somebody buying the dollar deal from you locks that person into your network structure within Botsii. So we wanted to create a really low ticket offer, which is what this is, a really low ticket offer that delivers tons of value, that locks somebody into your network, because once they're locked into your network, and if some of those people will use the Botsii system, some of those people will suddenly find, great, they now can duplicate, great, they now know how to prospect, and it's cost them like $1. And some of those people will then go on and buy, for example, a Botsii bot. Some of those people will then go on and set up a company into the marketplace. Now, because those people are locked into your organizational structure, you will earn from that activity. Okay, that's really, really powerful. So whilst you're using this as a tool to promote whatever company you're in, okay, it's a tool, you're using that to promote whatever company they're in. The spin-off on that is you're delivering value to your network regardless of whether they buy into your business or not. And where you're delivering value, you're organizing, that's creating an organizational structure which you will later benefit from as people in that group upgrade to buy the Botsii bot and add company to the marketplace and all that kind of good stuff. And the scope of this is quite insane when you think about it. So, for example, I'll give you 2 examples. Think about an individual network marketer who is really good at prospecting. They already know how to prospect. I can almost guarantee their team won't be quite as effective as they are, because they haven't, if you like, they haven't got a system that duplicates it, that makes it easy and simple. But that person that's really good at prospecting will probably have more prospects coming into their network than they have time to speak to. So someone like that, they tend to be the people that naturally would buy and benefit from having the Botsii bot, because, set up for their company, because they know in terms of the value in their time that if the bot presents their opportunity and helps sort and filter their prospects, and in some cases will sign up those people automatically into their business, if they know they've got a tool that does that, then they can spend more time prospecting, bringing more people in, etc. So you find somebody like that that starts off with the dollar deal, they'll upgrade, right? Then you'll find there's other networkers. So that's the first scenario, which is great, okay, when you've got that scenario, because you've got someone that knows how to create duplication already, and now that's going to leverage the tools to duplicate more. But then you've got the other scenario where you've got, and I've seen this with a number of people already in Botsii, where they've been in a network marketing company for say 5 or more years, and they've already got a team of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, even 10,000 or more people in their team. And they've built that team, you know, through hard graft over many years to create that organization. But what I can guarantee, because I speak to those kind of leaders, is that they will have people in their organization who are passive. And it's typically around 80% of their organization will be passive. So with 1,000 people, that's 800 people that either consciously, they just didn't want to promote the company, they just want to benefit from the product, or because they have, you know, quit, given up, got confused, lost, whatever, you know, things have got in the way. And I know that some of those people will want to promote the company if there's a system that they can use. And I see this all the time. I have people coming to me who buy the Botsii bot, and it's the first time they've ever promoted a company. Or I've been on calls with them one-on-one where they don't even know where their affiliate link is because they've never promoted the company before. So I know that those kind of people get drawn into Botsii and see how Botsii can help them. So if you imagine there's a group of 800 people that right now are active, well, a leader like that that's been growing an organization for say 5 years and they've got 1,000 or more people in their team, if they come in just with the dollar deal, see the potential, they could be plugging Botsii into their entire organization. And that company may not even be in the marketplace. So for example, if you introduce that person, I'll show you in a second how they do the done for you setup. You'll earn instantly $100 commission, right? So we pay out $100 just for that referral for somebody bringing a new company into the marketplace. But then if they then pay for the Botsii bot itself, you're earning a commission on that. That would be a level 1 commission. And then as they share Botsii into their network, which like I said, could be 1,000 people or more, you will then earn like 5 levels deep or another 4 level through that person in your Botsii team. Okay, so this is one person we're talking about here. One leader built an organization who could now use Botsii to wake up their organization. And when it comes to how they go about doing that, they'll be doing that by using the exact same product I'm going to share with you now, i.e. they can get the dollar deal, they can get the swipe file to promote their company, which will create for them for free, and they can share that for free into their entire downline. And of course, what will happen? A whole ton of those people will buy the dollar deal, and then a whole load of those people will then upgrade to get the Botsii bot. That's the scenario. What could that be worth to you? Well, if you have 100 people in that one group who buy the Botsii bot, the average sale price right now is around $300. You're earning 10% per sale. So if you had 100 people times $30, you're looking at $3,000 commission. So that could be from one person that says no to your business, or they could say yes, just, you know, it could be either. But that could be one person, worst case, that says no to joining your team, that then goes on to introduce their company. You make $100, then goes on to introduce their team over the next 12 months, brings in 100 people. You're now making $3,000 residual income a year from somebody that said no. So just let me know in the chat, like marks out of 10. Can you see how powerful that is? You know, 10 as in you can see that could be hugely powerful for you. 1 if you just think that's just never going to fly. You know, let me know what you think in the chat, because it's great to have some input and to know that this kind of does make sense. You can see the huge potential here. This is a tool that sits perfectly alongside what you're doing to whatever company you're promoting. And what is, yeah, thank you. I can see tens, right? I'm glad that you can see how powerful this is, because I don't think I've never seen a business model like this on the planet, right? This is what I'm bringing to the table here with Botsii. You guys are on the call live, so you're literally in the driving seat here. And I know that this can be adding huge value into the marketplace. And like I said, everybody, any network marketer can benefit from this. Right, that's my little quick introduction, quickish. I wanted to give some, set the scene here. Now I'm going to show it to you so you can see what I've created. So I'm just going to share my screen and take you into it. Just got to get the right window up. 1 second. Here we are. Okay, you should see on my screen now where it says the ultimate Botsii funnel. Just let me know in the chat if you can see that okay. That'd be great. Whilst I just organize things. Thank you, Steve. That's awesome. Thank you. Brilliant. Okay. Right, I'm not going to go through these slides. At the end of the day, this is just, I might reference these later. What I'm going to do is show you the actual pages. So I'm just going to zoom out a bit. So you better have a link that's like this. I'm just going to make this bigger. So that's it. That should be better now. So you'll get a page that looks like this. I will need to be I'll explain it at the end on how we're going to roll this out. But it's ready to go now. And this essentially is the sales page for the dollar deal. It's not a huge sales page because it's literally just $1. And there's a quick video here that's I think about 4 minutes long, where I explain some of the key benefits of it. It's all about generating leads and creating duplication. There are a couple of videos here which people can watch. So anybody particularly brand new to Botsii and to everything, I have one that shows the bigger picture around how you can create duplication, which really just gives the context around the dollar deal and how you're using it to add value and lock in your team. But it goes through the whole end-to-end kind of ecosystem. But then this one on the right here is more doing a live demo of the prospecting tool. So before they actually get the dollar deal, they can see the prospecting tool in action. It's essentially, it's a bot. And if I just quickly kind of go on a bigger screen, it's a bot here where you're able to request the content for whatever company you're promoting. And so just on here, you just click yes, definitely, and then you type the name of the company in. And then on the back of typing the company, the bot will then look up to see whether that content is available, and the content is 30 days worth of content about that company. So here it's come back and said, yeah, that LifeWave is in the system. This is all the content they're going to get. And then a few messages later, they get a link they can click on, and then they can make a copy, save it, all that kind of stuff. And then you can see at the bottom, we're introducing the $1 deal. So the delivery mechanism for this is all inside a bot. So there's a demo here that shows all that. I'm not going to go any more than that now. That's kind of plenty. Then they can buy it for $1, and they'll get instant access to the members area, which I'll show in a second. Here's just a summary of what they get. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's not just a swipe file. We actually show and go through a process on how you can kind of define or create your own personal avatar, i.e., what's your story? You know, why are you promoting a product? Why are you buying a product? You know, that you're sharing online. You know, what's your motivations behind that? But also to tie that with who your ideal customer is, and then we can actually show you how you can personalize the swipe files. Think of it like this: if you're promoting a weight loss product, like a kind of a mum that's just had a second child might have a completely different reason for why they bought that weight loss product versus, say, somebody in their retirement that's got creaky knees and wants to lose a bit of weight so that they're, they don't have, so they still have mobility and all that kind of stuff. Same product, two different reasons for buying it. So we actually go through that process on your why, because then the content you share will resonate better with your audience because it'll be more personalized. We do other stuff. We can show you how you can convert it into any language. We show you how you can create images from that, videos from that, which I'll show you in a minute. Just some examples. You actually get a free version of the Botsii bot as well. Obviously, with a paid user, that's where you're activating it for a company. This one here is a free version that shares Botsii, and it's the delivery mechanism for the swipe files. And you'll be able to share unlimited swipe files with your prospects. And like I said, you have, it unlocks an affiliate campaign here, 3 campaigns in fact, and 5 levels deep for the paid version of the Botsii bot. And it literally opens up a career path from somebody that's buying a product that's like $1, where you could be working on you all the way up to being an ambassador with the company, where you'll get a share of company revenue. So it's literally creating a career path where some of the people that you bring in may go, you know what, I'm going to take this very seriously because they can see how unique it is, and they go to work and they build, actively build your organization in Botsii. And obviously, when you get people like that, that's great. So after purchasing, you get a page like this where there's a quick video, a 7-minute video, which kind of walks through the next steps. You get a link that takes you to the members area. And then what I'm doing here, just so you can understand the plan for July. So we are here on call 1 right now, where the focus is on creating duplication. So what I want to be doing here, rather than sharing everything and going live with everything at the same time, where people get overwhelmed, what I want to do is break it down into bite-sized chunks. So this next week, I want the focus to be here on duplication, i.e. sharing the dollar deal with your network, sharing the dollar deal with as many people as possible. So that way you're bringing people in, and then next week from the 10th of July, you can then focus on activating the Botsii bot and sharing swipe files for whatever company you're promoting, and getting into that side of things. So we're going to go through this in a number of stages. We'll be covering it on these Thursday calls. So literally 1 week from today, we'll do call 2, call 3, call 4. The replays of these will go into the members area. You've got a link here you can click on, which shows you what time it is in whatever time zone you're in. And there's the link to register for the calls. If I click on that, you'll see it's got where you would have come in to register for today's call. And you can see they're all listed out, etc. Just pop in your details in. You only need to register once, and it's done. And so that is on the thank you page after somebody purchases. And then I also share the details of the Wednesday call. Now these Wednesday calls, we're going to change the format slightly, where each Wednesday is aligned to the topics that we're covering on these onboarding calls. That way, every Wednesday call will be slightly different, but always around bringing people into Botsii, but just with a different focus. Then access the members group, Facebook members group. People can come straight to there, and obviously the support details. So this is what people get immediately after they purchase. Now, when it comes to duplication, which is what this is about, and the emphasis when people come in, regardless of what week they join, so even if they join halfway through, the focus will still be on creating duplication. And they'll be able to catch this call as a replay and just play catch up, right? So they'll still follow the same process. So the focus on this video and everything else is on creating duplication. And let me show you how easy that is. So this is where I am now. If I literally come in and just click on the members area, it will log in. And when it logs in, the place it will take you to. So I've changed the settings in the back office. Don't forget, obviously, to put your payment method in. But I've changed the settings in the back office. So when you first log in, it brings you to the affiliate area. That way, the first thing you can do is grab your link. Now, you'll see there's 3 links. The link you want to share is the Dollar Deal campaign. So you'll literally be able to pick that up and just copy that. If I paste that in there, that comes back to the same page that I've just walked you through. And so when it comes to duplication, within minutes of getting started, you'll be able to come into the course, in fact, come into here, even before you get to the course, and you'll be able to pick up your link and then get that out to people that you know. So if you've got people that already know, like, and trust you, people you've already worked with, just get that link straight out to them. Don't do anything else. Just share that with them. And then after that, you'll be able to come in and then access the course content, which will then take you through things in a more step-by-step approach. So you'll have a course like this where you can click on it. At the minute, we'll drip feed some of that content so you don't get overwhelmed. You don't see everything all in one. So again, it's aligned to the goals. First goal, create duplication. Next, prospecting. You can see it says coming soon. I'm just adding some of the final images and things in here. This is why those are like that. And then there's about 12 different sections to it, 13 different sections to it. So when you first come in, you'll find this first section on creating duplication is in there. And as well as having your link like this that you can share. Where are we? Yeah, it's what I just went to. As well as having that link, you will also be able to get done for you promo content to share Botsii. So this is where we've just given you access to a swipe file for Botsii. So obviously you're going to be sharing content like this around about your company. So you saw when I showed that video a minute ago, you saw it said it had Facebook posts, emails, images, videos, etc. Well, we've given you the same type of content for Botsii. So if I show you what this looks like, and again, this is the same format that you would have for your company. So it makes sense, doesn't it, for you to just start using it. And obviously you're going to use the same content to promote Botsii and share Botsii as you would if you were promoting your own company, or the same process as in a swipe file. The only difference will be your company will be up here, not Botsii Dollar Deal. So it just goes through what this is, and then here's the content. You've got Facebook posts. So look at this first one. What if every person who said no to your business still made you money? It's happening, and it's 100% automated. So that could be a post that you put out there, or it could be something you can send someone as a message. If somebody engages with that post, then those are people you can follow up with. So it's just literally giving you content that you can share online. So you have social media posts, short ones, slightly longer ones. So this one here, same kind of theme where people say no, but it now says a bit more of a story. So if 9 out of 10 people say no to your business, what are you doing on those 9? Most people just move on, but smart marketers turn no's into new revenue streams. How? With a system that identifies what company they're with and then lets them activate a bot, claim content, start building immediately while tracking back to you. It's not just lead gen, it's legacy gen. I mean, what do you think, guys? Can you see how if you share something like that, that's going to create some intrigue, isn't it? There's going to be some people curious about that. You may not get instant replies on things like this, but if you're putting content out there like this consistently, where you don't even have to think about it, honestly, tell me in the chat, do you see how some of this content is going to get engagement, going to get results for you? Because this is about prospecting and creating duplication. And just so you know, this content is obviously directly tied into what the product does. So this is exactly right. It's exactly right. This is saying here, with a system that identifies what company they're with, right? That's exactly what it does. Because when you share the bot with them, you saw a minute ago on that video, the video said what company you're with. They typed in WIIFM. Now we know what company they're with, right? And if that bot's in the marketplace, we will let them activate that bot. We will upsell them with your link to buy the WIIFM bot, all inside the bot. That's how crazy it is. So this is just one example of this, okay? We have longer form messages. Then we have emails. So those people that like to do email marketing, or those people that are a bit old school, where you like to, send emails out to your contacts, you can do that as well. Same principle to everything else. It's written based upon the actual content, the actual business model. That's how we do this, and we use the same approach for this as every other company we create this content for. So just so you know, I haven't individually written this content. I've written prompts and engineered prompts in ChatGPT to create this content based upon the actual transcripts of calls that I've done where I've talked about the business. And we use exactly the same approach for creating this for the companies we produce this for. We take, for example, an hour and a half webinar. Who likes to sit through an hour and a half webinar these days? We'll take the transcript of that webinar and we'll turn that into content like this, right? It's insane what you can do now with ChatGPT and AI. It's quite possible to know more about a company than the individual distributors. If you think about the 80% that stopped promoting a company because it just got too much, too overwhelmed, whatever it is, well, when they access swipe files like this about their company, they don't need to know the details about their company. They just need to share it. And if it resonates with people, and when it resonates with people, then those people will get back to them, and then they can just share a bot link that will present it. Again, they don't need to know what the latest presentation is, where the link is, and all that kind of stuff. It's inside the bot. It's done for them. So this here is how you can really change the game. So I've got this content here for you. Cold market, you see there, warm market. So different types of emails as well. Different, how do you put it? Different kind of themes, different focus. So this one here, it says it's got a high curiosity hook. Then I've got videos, right? So I did a video literally 5 minutes before this course started. I haven't checked to see if it's rendered yet, but inside the course, we'll show you how you can take content like this and turn it into a video, literally a script. So I had one here. I've not even pressed play on this. Let's see what it looks like.
If you're building something meaningful and tired of doing it alone, this might be for you. There's a new way to build community and income. You give value up front, people take action, and you earn on the back end, even if they're in another company. We've got a spot for you. Join us.
Okay, I didn't do anything with this. I just copied and pasted it. The final rendered version wouldn't have the in-stock photos and all that kind of stuff there. I've just copied and pasted one of the scripts from here, right, guys? I just haven't done anything more than that. Which one was it? I don't know. It's one of the ones here. I literally just copied and pasted it. I'm not sure which one it was. Here we are. It was this one here. I just copied and pasted that entire script, and it's turned that into a video. Is it a brilliant video? Well, it's not fantastic, right? But all I did is copy and paste it. And I've got 5 other scripts. And when you put that content out there, it's going to resonate with some people. Some people will engage. It's all about imperfect action here. And you might find one of those videos hits an absolute home run, in which case, when you see that happening, you're going to post it everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to give you details of that. So I'm just looking at a message in the coming in. Yeah, effectively, I'm giving you details of a platform where you can copy and paste that script and it turns it into a video completely for free. That's exactly what I'll be showing more details of in the course. Absolutely. So videos. Then we have image prompts as well. Same sort of thing. And by the way, all of the swipe files for all the different company versions all follow the same format, same approach. So what I've done there is I copied and pasted one of these into ChatGPT, and all you need is a free account with ChatGPT. I don't know if it's done yet. This is actually a brand new free account. I've got a paid account. Let's just refresh that. I'm not sure if it loaded up. Oh, here we are. Oh, okay. Well, that's not very good. I just copied and pasted it in. For some reason, it changed the script. I think that's what might be why it did it. So I'm just going to go and paste that in there and just have a look in a second, because that wasn't the original prompt. I'll come back in a second. And So we're giving this to you, this content to you inside the course to make it easy for you to promote Botsii. Bearing in mind, we're just talking here about the first step around creating duplication. Yes, you can just share your link and put it straight out there and do it that way, but then you actually get 30 days worth of content that you can share about Botsii as well with the swipe files. This is all about teaching people how to prospect, because when people learn how to prospect like this for $1, then they can see how they can apply the same principle to their own company. And because it's done for you content, you don't really have to think about it. You'll see there's other stuff coming in here. So I'll just quickly go through what we have here. This is kind of the most like the week 2 content, looking at prospecting and sharing the swipe file. So that's looking at how to activate the bot and how to share the swipe files inside the bot, how to customize the 30-day swipe file. So this is where I talked about the customer avatar, your personal avatar, and also your target market. I show you how you can turn your 30 days content into 90 days or more, which means you now get literally evergreen content that you can just keep on posting. I'll even show you how you can translate all that content into any language. So if you speak 2 languages, English plus another, you could be prospecting in that other language really easily. Just copy and paste easy. There also will be inside the bot, bearing in mind, you've got people who are coming into the product here, where some of them will want to upgrade to buy the Botsii bot to activate a bot in the marketplace. So they'll literally want to be coming along and going, okay, I want to activate a company that's in here. So someone will come along and they can do that directly inside. They'll do that directly inside the course. And then other people might want to set up a new company. So if the company is not in the marketplace, now what we're doing is we're going live with a product where you can benefit from those referrals. So let me dive over there. Let's just go via here and see if it's done that before I finish. Here we are. There we are. That's better. So here we are. Create this image. A glowing bot icon connected to 5 income stream icons. Email, $ people, automation gear, text overlay. What if every no still made you money? Background, neon purple, black purple, bright sign overlay, blah blah. That's not a bad image, is it really? That's better, right? I don't know why it did that first time round. I mean, that's okay, but and that still might get you results, by the way. It just doesn't look visually for me quite as appealing, but that's still pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's kind of much more kind of scroll stopping if people see stuff like this. Excellent. So let me show you how people can then get started in other ways. So you've got the dollar deal campaign, but we also have a campaign to set up a company bot as well. So this is what this looks like. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. And there's a quick video there. I've just got to upload that. So that's I'm just going to basically load that in. And then there's 2 options on how people can get started. So there's the DIY option, which is $27, lists out what that is. This is where we give people the tools to set up the bot themselves. And then we have a done for you setup, which is $200, where we literally have people fill out a form, and on the back of that, we will just do the setup for them and prioritize it. Important thing here is, bearing in mind, I do see this. If someone's doing it themselves, I don't know how fast they're gonna how fast and how quick they're gonna take to set it up. So we have no control over that. It could be a day, it could be weeks, it might be a month if people just kind of sit on it. But with the done for you setup, I do have control over that. So what we will do is we're almost guarantee, providing someone else hasn't, we've not done another done for you order. We can almost guarantee that they will have their company listed through their account inside the marketplace when someone buys the done for you company setup. So it's a way in which someone can virtually guarantee that to be the case. We will manage that as well through the bot. So we'll know if somebody is about to purchase that, if you like, through the bot as well, which will be useful. But you'll have a direct link for that as well that you can share. All someone does is go down here, fill in their details, confirm which option they want. Is it the DIY or done for you? And then what it does is it goes to a thank you page. So I'm just going to show you, there's the sales page. It then goes to a thank you page. Again, there's another quick video here going through what next steps are. And then either they'll click here and do the DIY setup instructions. So this goes through and just lists out all the steps. There's a workshop, a replay they can watch. It goes through, say, what accounts to create. These are free accounts as well, and access to the members area. So there'll be another training section that opens up in the members area. So effectively, if I go back up to here, when you go to courses, and when someone's bought the DIY, there'll be all the done for you. There'll be a training section that opens up here. So it'd be like this, but just another course, a different course. And then for the done for you, I'm just going to add the form in on this. But what this will do is there'll be a pop up here, and there'll be a form that appears here, because we can literally ask a bunch of questions on what information they have on the company, and we can use that to set up the bot for them, and they'll get access to my calendar as well to schedule a call with me to go through anything as well. So this literally links to my calendar. So yeah, effectively, when it comes to the setup, this is virtually there now. I've just got a couple of things to add in, which I'll be doing today, and that will all be live, which means you'll be able to refer people in, and the bot will automatically look to upsell those people. So think of it like this. I was sharing with you on this video earlier here. When someone requests a company, if the company they request is not in the marketplace, so I'm just going to go back here. If you imagine they put in a company there, in like here in this example, it's WIIFM. If the person requests a company here and it's not in the marketplace, then what it will do, it will then look to upsell them to set up the bot in the marketplace, because we'll know, the bot will know if it's in the marketplace or not. So this will mean that the system, if you like, is kind of working for you in the background 24/7 based upon what your leads are engaging with. And when you think about it, they're coming in here, they'll come into your bot here as a free user to request a swipe file, and the bot will then upsell them to the $1 deal, and it will then upsell them if they're promoting a company that's not in the marketplace. We'll upsell them to that as well, and in that situation, they're then going to be buying the Botsii bot later too. So all of that is very cool, because it means the bot is working behind the scenes to make sales for you, which I'm sure you'll agree is all very good. This is the page we still have for that, so that's not changed. So this is the page for the Botsii bot. This is the promote Botsii bot campaign. It's got a demo video here and all that kind of stuff. It's got what's in it, so people can go through that. It's got testimonials and things, and this is where they can get it for $247 a year. It includes the attraction marketing bot. However, though, the bot, your bot, will also provide a coupon code here to your prospects, so they can save $100 on that deal. And the bot will serve up that coupon code to them, and then it will message them, because the coupon code expires after 48 hours. It will message them during that period to give them, if you like, reasons as to why they should upgrade, and it will show them things like a demo video on how they can activate it, which is 5 minutes long, and things like that, so they can see how quick they can get started when they buy the bot. So your link will be embedded into that, so you'll literally have 3 links embedded into your bot. So if I go back to here, just to remind you, go back to the affiliates area. This is inside the members area. you'll have those three links. These three links you'll have embedded inside the bot. Obviously, you can share the dollar deal, directly with people because it's only a low ticket item. You can share any of these with people directly. That's not a problem. But you'll also be able to load these into the bot as well. And it therefore means when someone's coming along and interacting with the bot here to get the swipe files, those three links are available and offered up to your prospects completely automatically for you. So very cool, very powerful. One thing I say about these links, you can see you can copy the link here. If you're going to customize the link where you can change this, so I could literally change that if it's available to Brian, hit save, that link is now changed. If I go back to here, to Brian. Okay, now that means had I shared that link with whatever that was before, that link will no longer, the old link will no longer exist. So if you are going to change these, change them once and change them at the beginning, and then don't change them again. Better still, don't change them at all because it doesn't really matter. But if you do want to change it once at the beginning and then never change it again. This campaign obviously will already be in the system, the Promote Botsii Bot campaigns. Anybody that's bought the bot, that campaign will already be live. So just bearing in mind, that link for this will already exist somewhere in the system or on the internet. But those will all be in there, and you'll integrate them into the bot. So this is why I've kind of broken it down where I don't want to overwhelm people, because in week 2, if I go down here, you'll activate your bot and you'll put those 3 links into your bot. So that will be something you'll do in week 2, but I don't want to overwhelm people. Better just to start creating duplication simply by getting your link out there, the direct link being in the affiliate area and the dollar deal campaign link. Better just do that, get that link out to people, have people start creating duplication, because you can build 5 levels. I mean, just think about this. I know this is kind of the age-old kind of numbers game when it comes to networks, but if you bring in 5, they bring in 5, they bring in 5, and you do that 5 levels deep, on the 5th level you've got 3,125 people. On the 4th level you've got, I think it's 625. On the 3rd level you've got 125. On the 2nd level you've got 25, and on your 1st level you've got 5. That's the size of your organization, right? That's duplication. How many people have you got? You got over 3,900 people in your team, right? If 10% of those people buy the Botsii bot over a year and you're earning average $30 commission from them, you just made $11,000, $12,000 from a $1 product, right? That's what I want to do for people. This is why I said right at the beginning, I want to help people create duplication. People perhaps who have never duplicated, never built a team before, and I'm offering something here of huge value. This is huge value to any network marketer on the planet because it's solving these 2 problems. And there's like insane number of network marketers out there. I think on a previous call we've asked how many network marketers there are. I'm just going to ask how many network marketers are there on the planet? Like they're going to be somewhere else, aren't they? And it's going to give me a number. So 180 million distributors, 100 million distributors, 90 to 125. I'd say that's all pretty good to you, wouldn't you? And when you consider on Facebook, you've got 3 billion active monthly users. So your bot will talk to 3 billion people around the world. There isn't a tool on the planet that will do that for you. Right, I think we are done. There's pretty much everything I wanted to cover off. I'm just going to whiz through here to see that I've kind of talked about everything I was planning to talk about. So just forgive me whilst I whiz through these. I just want to see that I've covered
Stuart,
off.
we've got a couple of people, including myself, where we're not seeing those links. Is that because we're legacy or what's the deal?
Yeah, these links here. Now you won't see those links. Just go back to where we were. You won't see those links until you basically buy the dollar deal.
How
So
do I? Okay,
uh,
so
these links here. So you'll only have right now existing members will only have the promote Botsii bot campaign. So essentially, to do this, to manage this and bring everybody in the right way, you'll want to come in via a link, and that link will then activate your account and get your account all set up properly. It will activate. Obviously, you'll have that one already live, so it will then add in the campaign for the setup company bot, and it will add in the campaign for the dollar deal campaign as well.
okay, so let me ask you this. So Alan is one of my direct referrals, and let's say I have to step out and I haven't bought the dollar deal yet. Since he's already tagged to me in the system, he goes and buys the dollar the dollar deal. We're okay, right?
No, so what I'm going to do here, I want to be absolutely rock solid with this in terms of existing people in the business. I'm going to take this in a how do you call it, more traditional way, which is to get the link from your sponsor. So if you haven't got the link yourself and you've got upward pressure from within your team to get the link, you need to go to your sponsor and have them get you their link. So I will basically look at who there is at the top of the organization who's bought directly into Botsii, and I'll make sure they've got their link so that then they can buy it and cascade it down. Because right now it's simply just let's get duplication going. Let's cascade this down through your network. Obviously, if you've got an organization already in Botsii, then that's part of your network. But then you're not going to want to stop there. You want to then get that out to your wider network, and so that to make sure that there's no issues around tracking or anything like that. The best way of doing it is to get the link from your sponsor. That's the way that I'll say do it for existing team members. So there will be a need to kind of cascade that down, which
So just to be crystal clear, Alan can't do anything until I send him my link, and I can't
correct.
send him my link until I do the dollar deal.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, and how are you going to track the things that's not going to be that easy? Some people are asleep at the wheel. They're going to.
Well, at the end of the day, people will know who introduced them, or they can come to me. So if there's somebody that is completely asleep at the wheel, and they had a group of people who they've now ignored, which happens in every network marketing company, people just disappear off and get distracted or whatever. Then that's why we have orphans. Then I'll basically leapfrog that person and go above them. But I'll reach out to that person first if that's the case. I don't see it being too much of an issue, but inevitably that will be the case. Just you know, with the way human nature is. But yeah, you'll want to get a link from your sponsor, and they'll then therefore need to have got the dollar deal so they can get their own link themselves.
Jason,
Otherwise,
I'll
it will all fall apart.
go ahead. What? Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only way to make it work, Clint.
So I will, Jason, I'll chase Morton down. He's over in Europe, so it'll probably be morning. I'll make sure I get my link to him. He can then join the dollar deal, and then you can get officially re-tagged to you. Stuart and I did get you tagged to Morton over the last couple of days, but we'll make sure this is embedded in there. And the nice thing is, and Stuart, correct me if I'm wrong, once I sign once Morton signs up, and then Jason, once you sign up, I should see you listed in my downline, not by level, but I will see you as one of my sub affiliates. Correct, Stuart?
Yeah, so the
Okay.
sub affiliates are purely your directs, number one. So where you see somebody as a sub affiliate, they are basically direct reports that are properly connected to you in the system, which then means the kind of the hierarchy is properly connected through. Um, but what you'll see them in either the commissions or customers. So you'll see beyond your direct sign ups, you'll see those names underneath that.
Correct, Jason. Yeah, you
That's
need to
right,
wait
Jason, yeah.
and I'll get the I'll have Morton sign up and then both of us will contact you. I know you and I are working a little bit more closely, but I want to absolutely make sure it's Morton's link that you get and we'll work from there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure that we respect the existing structure. I also want to make sure there's no issues around tracking either. Therefore, I want to make sure people come in through a referral link rather than a generic link. I have tested it with a generic link, and it does connect through, but it doesn't necessarily connect through in as in a rock solid way, which is what I want. So that's really my focus here, to make sure that there's complete rock solid tracking between users. Here's why this is important, guys. So the whole process of somebody, for example, somebody new buying the dollar deal means that they're connected into you in your organization. Anybody they bring in will be connected to you the level below in your organization. You'll have transparency. You'll be able to see that. As Clint said, you won't see the exact level they are relative to you, but you'll see them in your organization. And that's really important. You'll know the people that are direct to you because they will be shown as a sub affiliate in your account. So when you go to the affiliate area, you go to the right hand side, you can see those people that are direct. They're the ones that are sub affiliates. So you know they're locked into you, you know they're direct. But what this all means is that anybody, I showed you there the numbers. If you do 5 by 5 by 5 down 5 levels, you end up on the third level with the fifth level with 3,100 people. And if any of those people buy the Botsii bot, you will earn a commission from it. So if the average price of that is $300, that's a $30 commission. Well, you've got 3,100 people on that level 5. You want to make sure you're going to earn a commission. And I want to make sure that's the case too. And the tracking from the $1 deal will ensure that that money flows up to you. And so, that's the kind of the way we do it. And there'll be full, transparency around that, so that you'll know that that person is tagged to you properly through the system. Cool. Let me skip through and have a look through the messages that were coming in to make sure I've answered those.
All right. So how do I deal with Abdul and Raheem?
I'll be reaching out to those guys.
Okay. So I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'll be reaching out to them straight after this call. Yeah, no.
Good. So Alan, Alan, I'll get a hold of you in Facebook as soon as I have my link. And then Jason, as soon as I chase down Morton, I'll do it. And yeah, so try and do that, Stuart. I've got a webinar that I've had a dozen people already, and it's early signed up to come to the ITB webinar tonight. So I need to have this already.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I know, I'll reach out to them after this call so they can start the ball rolling. Excellent. Okay, any more questions, guys, before we wrap up? We're on the hour. I think we're good. Excellent. Well, look, you can see what the focus is. The focus is on getting your link out to people, and doesn't matter whether we, in terms of where we are, this is where we're at right now, but even in a month's time, 3 months' time, 6 months' time, soon as somebody comes in and gets the dollar deal, their focus will be the same. Get their link out to people, because whether they're in their team or their wider network, they will all benefit from getting the dollar deal, getting access to the swipe files, all that kind of good stuff. So, that's just the thing I want you to have in your head, because if we can keep it simple, we can keep it easy, then we're all good. That's how we create duplication.
Oh, good.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining the call live. I really appreciate you guys coming on the call and your feedback in the chat as we've gone through as well. It looks like this has hit a really good note with many of you, which is what I wanted to see. So we'll get things moving. Awesome. And yeah, keep in touch in terms of the calls we've got. The Wednesday and Thursday calls will become even more important as we get into this throughout July. So keep in touch with that. And and obviously come into the members area when you get the dollar deal and look through some of that initial content that we've already opened up for you there. Cool. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks, Clint. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Steve. Cheers. Thanks, Alan. Bye-bye.